At this point, we're ready to start our drawing. And we're going to start with the center piece right here. The majority of you have this drawing already. If you don't, I just uploaded a copy into the file section of Canvas. The drawing number is 10391B. So you can go ahead and either look at that or actually download and print it if that's an option. If that's an option, it'll be easier for you to print it and take a look at it from the print. So anyway, we see we want to build a box that's 4 inches by 3 inches. It has an inner box which has walls 0.125 inch thick, 0.125 inches thick, and then the outer box has a radius over here of 0.09 inches. The R 0.09 tells us the radius is 0.09 inches, and then the 4PL tells us that that radius exists in 4 places, the 4 places being the 4 corners. So let's go ahead and create that inner box. I'm going to go back to AutoCAD, and then the inner box is going to be created right here in the center. So I'm going to actually choose my polygon, since that's the easiest tool to create with. I need to get off of my construction layer. So I need to do that before I choose my polygon. So I'm going to go to layer 0, choose that layer. Whoop. Hello. Don't want to turn that layer off. All right, turn layer 0 on. Okay, so we're now on layer 0. I choose my polygon. I come down into this lower corner, and then I start building my box, and I want 4 in the X dimension and 3 in the Y dimension. So all I have to do is type 4, 3 and hit enter. And there's my box. And I can explode this up with my scroll bar. To do my inner box, we can use offset. And then all we have to do is first specify the offset distance. So we come down here, we type 0.125, we hit enter. Click on the box, make sure we move inward, not outward, and then hit our mouse button. Now, I do want to repeat this, and I'll also put this in an email note somewhere. I noticed when listening to the last video that I made that I tend to say enter a few times when I actually mean hit the mouse button. I'm going to try to stay cognizant of that and make sure that I get that correct. But keep that in mind if you do a command or do something that I say and it doesn't seem to work out right. Go back and play it over again, and where I said enter, I may have actually meant hit the mouse button. From what I've done today so far, where I've said enter, I've actually meant enter. Typically, you're hitting enter when you're in the text box down here, and when you're moving the mouse around, that's when you're typically hitting the mouse buttons and not actually hitting the enter key. But anyway, I wanted to point that out. So right now we want to put the radius in on the corners. So we choose our fillet here, and then we can go ahead and choose multiple. Actually, let's do our radius first. We come down here, type R, enter, to put our radius in, and then the radius was 0.09, enter. Now we can do multiple. So we type M for multiple, hit enter. And now we can come around and actually make these rounded corners. So we just pick a side and then choose the next side, and it'll put the radius in. And we just continue on for the other 3 corners. And that now completes our center box.